Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a quick look here at ICP, going to double check a couple things. This is a very interesting chart. ICP is performing fairly poor compared to the rest of the altcoins, and that's kind of a concerning factor, but we do have a nice area of support here that we're in as well, so there's a few other things we want to pay attention to. This does also look like a bull flag type of pattern here, where we could very well see the price action break out after one more retest this lower low here. I would not be surprised if we see the price sweep down as low as $17, just to get everybody to start shorting and then just rip them out and take off from there. Anyways, that's how bull flag and bear flag patterns work. They get basically shake people out and then turn the price right around. So we're gonna take a look at that and much more. So if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Hope you can learn something today. Comment below, like, subscribe, and comment, of course. Deeply appreciate that. It really helps grow the channel. And if you want to become a better trader yourself, more consistent, CryptoCash.tech is a site. I do have a trading academy, community, and signals group. Make sure that if you're going to attend, you watch those trading university videos. It's really important you get a good understanding of the last 20 years of my trading experience and how that does factor in. So anyways, learn what you can from here as well. So on the $14 mark here, we talked about this recently. It's a very unlikely area of retracement, but it's still a possibility. So just throwing it out there, we have a ridiculous amount of liquidation down there. I would not be surprised if we see that even retested in the relative near future. I don't think that's going to happen. We have to lose a support level at $17 first, but just know we got 1650 as low as 16 as the next area of concentration for liquidation. Okay, so there's that for ICP. So furthermore, too, just to clarify, 1950 or higher is another area of concentration for liquidation. So we're kind of in the middle there, but if you look at 1950, it's all the way up here, and then that 1650 range is right here. Yeah, smack dab in the middle of a lot of liquidation, both up and down. So people were trying to short and long this coin, probably even concurrently in a lot of cases, with some hedged longs versus shorts. So the question here that I get a lot, is it worth taking a long position this time? Short answer is no, but long answer is yes. I'll explain more as I go. So first of all, if you take a look at this volume profile, 1767, 1770 is a heavy concentration liquidation if you exclude the more recent, or the previous time frames before the price took off. So this most recent accumulation in the last 10 days, people were really feeling like 1770 is a good value. Okay, so anything below that, we can consider the price action perhaps retracing further. If we stay above that level, we should be able to see the price continue higher. Okay. Again, it's not as easy as that, but that's generally the easiest way to understand it. That's the general concept. We are still looking decent here, even though we're swinging down stochastically and money flow index is pulling back. That's very normal. RSI is staying right where it should. In other words, we're starting to see higher lows with RSI going parallel. It's typically a good sign. We can see MACD is trying to diverge, but we're not there yet. Essentially just losing momentum because we had such a momentous uptrend here that it's going to take a while for the MACD to average out. The long story short here on the daily is that we're still bullish. We're above all moving averages. And honestly, if we're to lose the $17 as a rough estimate, this 0.382 fib, we could see further retracement. But between now and then, I think it's safe to presume this range will hold. Once more, we're above most moving averages. We're still looking pretty good here. We take a look at the 4-hour time frame. We can identify that we're above all moving averages as well. This is a positive contributing factor. We can also see here too, 50 in the RSI is kind of this point of contention. We keep bouncing above and below it. It just tells us that this current price point is highly sought after. So again, the mindset for anybody investing in this is that $17.50 to $18 is a good value for ICP. That's the concept right now. We can see stochastic swinging down, of course, giving us the indication that further downside is potential. We can also see MACD is converging, although it's not super strong. If you have to zoom in with a microscope, it's generally not a good sign. Just basically implying that we're going to see a breakout soon, either to the upside or the downside. Breakout to the upside makes more sense from a bigger picture, because if we look at this descending trend line with this candle wick, of course, you don't have to use candle wicks, but in this example I did. And it basically just tells us that we wicked up twice, and then this third one here essentially broke this descending trend. Okay, so that's important to recognize because we've now broken the lower high pattern. While we are still establishing lower highs technically, it's still not on it. From a macro perspective, we're not. Okay, so that's positive. We also again have this bullish potential flag pattern, or if you say bullish flag, it's blag, apparently. We got a nice blag pattern here. And what's interesting about it, usually it retests twice on either side and then breaks out. again, that number doesn't necessarily have to happen consistently. It's normal to see at least 2 retests on either end. What I'm getting at here is we've retested the top twice and the bottom roughly twice, so technically we could very well see this be the breakout here. Okay. Again, you got to keep in mind Bitcoin 69,000 just took off. We're up about almost 5% on the day for Bitcoin, and then ICP is only at 1%. That's generally, if Bitcoin can hold 69,000, for example, then we're going to go ahead and see that ICP probably will take off. But it does look like it wants to break out and do fairly well for itself. So if we take a look here, we're above majority of moving averages on the hourly. Ichimoku Cloud's going to confirm that we don't have confirmation yet. And we take a look here, let's clean it up a little bit here. We can see the lagging span is still within the price action. Conversion line and the baseline are intersecting. And then of course we're below the cloud. So what we're looking for here today, and this is a really easy way to describe it, is a candlestick closure above 1820 here, the most recent volume profile. Because again, this is the volume in the last 5 trading days. We can see that we're still below that resistance, okay? So if we close at this point or higher, that'd be great, because what we're looking at, we'd establish a higher high, and we'd also be back up over the cloud. And at that point, if the price comes up, for example, then we're going to see the lagging span free and clear the price action too, and that would be a positive contributing factor with the conversion line being back up above the baseline. All good things. If you're lost in what I just said, I would recommend watching my Ichimoku Cloud video. You'll know that this indicator is extremely beneficial. So right now it's kind of premature to consider taking a trade. However, if we get a breakout of this descending trend, we get a bullish backtest here, I think a closure, we're looking for 1820 or higher today, would be a pretty solid consideration for a long. Okay, so I'm already thinking about a long for Solana and Bitcoin. I'm just looking for them to pull back a little bit. Thankfully, they haven't. I guess it's not really thankfully, but good for those taking those trades already. But generally speaking, when you wait for confirmation, sometimes you can miss opportunities. That's an easy way to understand it. But in this case here, we're probably going to be more beneficial. It's going to be much more beneficial for us to wait. Because just say we get in right now, and then Bitcoin pulls back, which is due for a correction, considering we are overextended on the hourly for both Solana and Bitcoin. If Bitcoin pulls back, we're going to see a correction here naturally from ICP, right? And that would invalidate this long. So that's what we're looking for. That's why we wait for confirmation. So I would recommend waiting a little bit longer, even though it does seem likely that a breakout to the upside makes more sense here. It's still not confirmed until we get a nice candlestick closure from Bitcoin. We get some stability there, okay? So that's kind of where we're at. Hope that made sense. I described that correctly. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something here today. And if, again, you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is the site, link down below. Make sure you trade ICP on the world's best exchange. BingX, link down below for this here. Nice rewards. Use my link to register. The main reason why we use them is no KYC or VPN required. It's awesome. So check them out. Thank you so much. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.